Alright guys, how's it going? So, I know it's been a couple days since my last video, and I just wanted to update you guys on what's happening, what I've realized, I guess. Um, I have no idea what I've even recorded so far as where I'm at and what I'm doing, because I'm all over the place all the time. And that's what I've realized. So, if you've never recorded yourself and edited that video and really watched it and paid attention to yourself, I highly recommend you try it, even if you don't plan on posting the video, because you will learn a lot about yourself. What I've learned, which I already knew, but I wasn't as aware of it. I'm all over the place, and in making my current, previous, next video, this is what happened. This is where we're at, and then I'll tell you where we're going. I got something very serious I need to discuss with you. I know I've been putting this off. I'm sure everybody can tell, but I think I have a slight addiction. And I know everyone's got their vices, but this is a little different. But let's just get into it. Guys, I'm addicted to CK. No matter what I do, I can't get away from it. I can't avoid it. It's at home, it's at work. It just keeps popping up. I'm just addicted. Can't get enough of them. We got all kinds of flavors of amperage controllers. We got the stickers. Stickers are the worst. I'm like a sticker fiend. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like a kid in a candy store when it comes to stickers. But I don't stick them to anything. Very rarely. If I showed you my sticker collection, your mind would be blown. But on a serious note, I really do have an addiction problem. Is it an addiction problem? I really do have an addiction to CK. As you can tell, we got 4 different flavors of amperage controllers we're going to be testing out here in an upcoming video. Actually, in this video. But this weld table cannot live here. I don't want it here. I never wanted it here. The only reason I put it here was because that 220 plug used to be on a wall that lived right here. Can you tell where the floor changes? Yeah, there was a wall here. You can kind of see right there where I cut it out, I think. Yep, this was a wall. So, cut this wall out, and then I insulated this, and I put up the metal. It's not done. That's why I only have very few outlets over here. Anywho, 220 outlet here. I want to put it in that back corner, but I don't know if anybody's priced out a roll of 10-2 lately, but I want to say it was like $300 for a 100-foot roll, $250. I don't remember it costing that much, but I'm not going to spend that just to move my welder. I'll weld right here. But I did happen to find 3 fairly decently long pieces of 10-2. So I'm going to put a junction box in the ceiling above that outlet. Run it over there. Got the outlet. We got the wire. That should be enough. I just got to get up in the ceiling. Which, don't look at it this way. It looks terrible this way. Always place it so that it looks best from the way you see it the most often. See what I'm saying? Look at that. That looks like a perfect ceiling now. And I'm rambling on, and I should be in bed because it's almost 11 o'clock and I got to get up at 3. So, we'll pick up tomorrow. Okay. See you later. Alright, couldn't sleep. I think it's like 1:30 in the morning, so let's get at it, huh? Got the old GoPro, look at that. Hero 3. You probably can't even give those things away anymore. So, I don't know if it works. I really don't remember what any of this means, so we're gonna do a time lapse. I'm gonna clean all this junk up. We're gonna get rid of, yeah, this, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. Recently, well, not recently, this was 2018, I had to have surgery on my back. I had a herniated disc causing severe nerve pain down my leg, and if you've ever dealt with that, you know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely terrible. And ever since then, every once in a while I'll have a little bit of an issue. Nothing like it was prior to surgery. But last week, I guess I slept weird, or something happened. I woke up, excruciating pain, could barely move, barely walk. Tried to go to work. I made it about an hour before I had to have someone take me to the hospital and get some drugs pumped into me, because I was literally about to pass out. I was in so much pain, which that's how the first time I ended up getting an MRI, because I was in so much pain. I passed out, and I just kept passing out because the pain was so bad. I don't know if you could tell. I know you can't see the rest of my tattoos, but I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so it takes quite a bit to make me uncomfortable. So, long story short, I ended up down in the creek, down by the road in front of my house, digging up old bottles. I mean, kind of cool, huh? Pepsi? No? I don't know. I thought it was cool. I think they'll look cool cleaned up on the wall over there somewhere. Whatever. Why am I even telling you this? So, we're going to clean all this junk up, clean this up, stick this engine somewhere. That'll be another project for another day. Maybe we'll fire that thing up. I rebuilt it. Why not, right? There's just stuff everywhere. Just never-ending accumulation of stuff. But I did get this kind of set up. Got me a height gauge, and then just an old top off of one of the stations from my wife's hair salon. I redid all of her, almost all of them. I have one left. She only needed three. Has four. So of course I only did 3 of them, and I have to do one still. But that's the top off of them. Whatever. Done talking. Engine. Blah 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 blah. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. So while I had all this downtime, because I was in so much pain and I was all drugged up, I came across this YouTube channel, Puddin's Fab Shop. I don't know if you've ever watched it. I highly recommend it. Dude is hilarious, and he's pretty skillful. Yeah. His videos are, I'd say a short video is an hour long. So I got to know Puddin pretty good. So if you find yourself laid up, can't do much, or you're just out in the shop screwing around, put on some Puddin. Alright, let's do a time lapse. So, started moving my welder over here, right? It was over there. I swapped the tables around, moved the welder, so now it's next to the lathe, right? So in doing so, I had to take it off the cart, because I had it on a cart with the cooler. Alright guys, today we're working on the CK corner. I apologize if I'm sick. I am sick. It's not the Rona or whatever. I had that. It's not that. I think this is the, what do they call it? The Alpha Bravo Alpha Tango Echo variant syndrome. Basically, I think it's a result of not sleeping enough, working too much, and somehow accomplishing nothing. Or it could be that everyone else is sick in my family, so. but who knows. So, plan here, I want to mount this welder up here, right? Following me? Okay, enough. Let's make something happen, right? Start moving. Oh yeah, let's start the time lapse. Okay. What do you think? Nice looking machine. Get her mounted up on the wall. I got a pretty cool idea how I'm going to do that. I think it's going to look awesome. Here's the water cooler. So, anyway, let's, so since I've been using this, I've yet to pop these lines off. You think we're going to lose a bunch of fluid? I think we are. Let's find out, huh? Maybe I'm gonna get everything else below this, and I'll just keep these up. I really don't want to make a big mess, but it's probably gonna happen. Torches on torches on torches. Okay. Well, you gotta have a denim sheath on your water cooler, your water-cooled torch setup. I think that's a must. Okie doke. Let's see what we got here. We'll keep this low. Pop these lines off. You ready? I don't want to make a mess if I do that. Oh, it's gonna make a mess. Oh! Okay. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Oh, I see. The check valve's in that one, which makes sense. So when we remote mount this block, it's got the same deal. So we can mount that pretty far away. Then all we gotta worry about is the power lead. Well, I guess the argon lead. No? Power lead? That should be simple, right? We'll figure it out. We'll make a distribution block for the DINS connector. Alright, that's the next. Wow. This whole thing is unnecessary. I'm supposed to be wiring an engine, not... Whatever. We'll get there, guys. It's gonna be one cool project after another, so... Stick around. It'll get interesting, I promise. So in doing so, I had to take it off the cart, because I had it on a cart with the cooler. And when I did that, I remembered that when I got this welder, the argon fitting, somebody had broke it loose without using a backup wrench and broke the jam nut loose, which, not a big deal, but it turned the whole fitting, and this is just a press lock, and it had a slow leak. Like, definitely make sure you remember to turn the bottle off, or it's going to be empty in a week if you don't use it. So, pulled the back cover off to do that, and in doing so, got the brilliant idea to set up a cooling system that had the cooler mounted remotely from the welder. Sorry, I'm talking slow. I don't like record or rehearse anything. I don't script anything. I don't want it to sound like I'm reading off a sheet of paper. Anywho, so I got that all apart. I decided I needed to monitor the temperatures for some reason. So, you probably didn't know this, but I'm also a huge nerd, if that's even the correct word nowadays. I love electronics. I love making stuff, circuits. So this is where we're at currently. This is just a cup of hot water representing the torch, possibly. Got 3 thermocouples. One's going to monitor temperature of the water coming out of the cooler. One's going to monitor temperature of the water going into the cooler. One's going to monitor the temperature of the TIG torch itself. You can see these values displayed here. So that's the current temperature in my shop, and then that's that cup of water. And then it'll all be displayed on this little screen, which is completely irrelevant because this is also going to control strips of RGB LEDs that are individually assignable, and the temperature is going to change the color and the intensity of the color. There will also be a siren that will go off if these temperatures don't agree with each other and or I forget to turn the cooler on, because the big reason I'm doing this is because I want the cooler fan to come on at a certain temperature, because currently as soon as you turn the cooler on, the fan is on, and it is super annoying, as I stated in one of my many other 2 videos. So I want to put the cooler on a fan on demand setup like the welder. It only comes on when it needs to be on, which is awesome, because unless you're like really using it, it doesn't come on. You could tack some stuff, you could do a couple welds here and there, and it's not going to come on because it's not necessary. So that's where I'm at now, which leads me to my next point. I had to take a little break because I actually, well, I was in the middle of this project. I think I have that recorded, running the outlet for the welder I moved. Yeah, see, it's all coming back full circle. So basically, I've come to the realization that I need to get rid of all my projects and start over, because no matter what, I'm going to create a project, and I need to make smaller, more attainable projects, because building a race truck is going to be amazing, but I'm more interested in the process. Once I'm done with it, which I probably never will be, because I've also realized I've never finished a single project in my life, because it's more about what I'm doing during the project. This all also relates back to having ADHD and not realizing it, and now making the connection that I only do things to satisfy my brain, obviously, but it doesn't matter what it is, you know? Like, that's cool, that's awesome, but I've got a 2019 F350, the same engine, tuned and deleted. Like, I get to experience that every day, so that's, I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with this. Basically, I'm going to keep the engine. I'm going to work on making a standalone harness for it so that I can run it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe keep it as a spare. I'd hate to sell it, because once I finish parting the truck out, I basically have a free engine. So that's where I'm at with that. Same reason why I have this engine sitting here. Another project. I completely rebuilt that engine to go into a 1984, 85 Ford Escort that I have. Never finished it, because that was what once I got that far, I was satisfied, and or was already working on the next project. So blah, 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 blah. What was I getting at? I don't need all of this stuff. It's too much stuff. So we're going to downsize. I'm going to keep my shop. I'm going to keep all the tools in my shop. I'm not going to go into super detail about it, but I want to finish this project just because I think it's pretty cool. I've never messed with Arduinos. I've been watching this dude's channel called Cranktown City, I believe it's called. Dude he's out there. I mean, we all are, right? I'm pretty out there. If you're watching this and you're still watching it, you're probably pretty out there, because you find this entertaining or somewhat satisfying somehow in some way. So all 4 or 5 of you that are watching, everything I know I've learned off YouTube, by the way, including this. Don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm going to try to throw a video together. This will be a short just update, so if you want to continue watching in the future, I have no idea what I'm going to be working on, but I guarantee it's going to be interesting. One of those two. It's always going to be something new, something different, something exciting, because that's what my brain needs, and that's what I've realized. So, like I said, go record yourself, edit it, or just watch it, and you'll learn a lot about yourself, because you're not aware of the weird things you're doing because you are used to them. They're normal to you. So get out there, learn something about yourself. Yeah, that's all I got to say right now. So if your brain looks like this, I hear ya. We're on the same boat.